So it's the 17th of June 2024, and for once I've actually managed to do one of these follow-up videos exactly 1 year since the last one, so I can make my comparisons. The Filipendula is great, pink candy floss sitting over the top, that's come back well. This time last year I had different things here. Some of the plants died over winter, some didn't come back, so I've just planted a nice big begonia there. I've had to get rid of some of the old salvias that died off. The Forbia is just coming to light now, but I've had to cut a lot of these branches off. The Tetrapanax has just grown ridiculously, so I've really cut off loads of the lower branches because it was blocking all the light. But it's been really disappointing. The slugs have been phenomenal. I'm not exaggerating when I say I've taken out over 2,000 slugs out of this garden in the last well, less than a month. A bit sad, but I actually count them as I dispatch them. One plant I absolutely love, hi Ella, is this voodoo plant. It's an amazing plant. I'm really pleased with it. It starts off looking really weird, and it's even got, his proper name is like Sarum or something out of Lord of the Rings. It's brilliant. But then once the initial plant dies off, you get this beautiful sort of a leopard skin plant come back. They're wonderful. Cannas, probably too many of them now. Bought a lovely crow from Hampton Court. We've named her Cheryl, obviously, and just for a little bit of fun. The other Tetrapanax cuttings that I put in a couple of years ago, again, I might have to do something with those because they're far too big. Coleus, I've planted a couple of those this year. What I'm really disappointed about is the Coreopsis, which there was tons of that in the garden last year. There hasn't been this year, and I think I need to start those off much earlier in the greenhouse. But I did grow lots of zinnia from seeds, and they've been great. They've brought a bit of colour to it, and you know, in comparison to last year, the borders are pretty good, but I was disappointed to have lost things like oleanders. They went down the bottom here. I've started a new bed that's come on amazingly. I've done these videos every month, so you see the progress with this new bed. It sits very well now with the breeze house, and I've got a couple of pots at the back here which I've put in some sweet corn and sweet potatoes and beetroot. They've come up really well. So I'm happy with that. Had all these hedges cut back yesterday, which has made the garden much bigger down here. Lots of stuff sort of growing here, cuttings and everything else. I've got some cucumbers growing there. One thing my neighbours taught me is about these salads, so I just get a tray of salad, tray now, pack it with lettuce, don't do any thinning out, and come along with a pair of scissors and chop off what I need. And here's the next crop coming through. Saves all that thinning out, and the slugs don't get a chance to get near them. The behind the wall experiment has been brilliant. I'm getting loads of strawberries, and the tomatoes have just started to come out now, so that's grown really well. I had cabbages in here, but they've just, and same with the beetroot, the slugs have just absolutely decimated them. But it's great to see this area that was completely barren, covered over in brambles, producing some lovely fruit, some great strawberries. Tomatoes, Tumbling Tom, are there's one just tumbled down there. Don't want that to go to waste. The raspberries and strawberries, blackberries coming up really well, so very happy with that. And then the gravel garden has done really well. Succulents still going mad. Again, compared to last year, it's great to be able to do these direct comparisons because it's grown enormously since there. But the Buddha is still very happy. Trachycarpus and the bananas are all growing really well. No complaints there. I bought one of these erignium, I think they're called, just to give it a bit more colour over here. Dahlias are coming out well. Got some weeds popping through, so I'll get rid of those. The slugs, as I say, have been absolutely terrible this year. They've wrecked things. The echiums are starting to come out, which is great. I do love a bit of colour. I grew lots of different versions of the ricinus this year, different colours. So there's a couple of them here, green and red. I'm going to see how they come out. All the palms really here have grown really well. The fruit trees have been a complete waste of time. There'll be another one to compare next year. I didn't get a single piece of fruit off any of them, so I've made some inquiries, but no one seems to be able to tell me quite why. The sagos, that's done really badly this year, so RHS gave me some great advice on repotting those. All the stuff over here is amazing. The Campsis on the far side has gone mad, and I really need to get up into that tree there and get some of these climbers off before the neighbours start complaining. But there's some beautiful stuff here. I just transported these. Be really interesting now next year to see whether these cannas worked, because the ones that were in over winter all died off. So yesterday I just transported these over. I just dug them up very carefully, put some over here, and I'm just going to see if they grow. And then the planters around here are fantastic. Get a really good value out of all these. And the water feeders that I use, these clay pots or these clay things, work really well. The more wine we drink, the better it goes. Planters, again, looking pretty good, but I'm still disappointed with these. I think we could do a lot more with these, but I need to get my act together and put a lot more colour in here. So that's going to be my main task next year, to get the colours. But sometimes I think I look too closely at all this stuff, and it's nice just to sort of go away for a few days just to come back and appreciate just how much of stuff I've got in here and what a beautiful garden it is. Sometimes I think we're almost too close to really appreciate what we've got. There we go.